Our next topic is polar equations, or polar coordinates, and then in the next lesson we'll do polar equations actually. So polars are a new type of grid. So we are all used to like the regular old rectangular XY grid. Oops. Um, but what polars are, they rely on R and theta, which honestly, we've been doing this forever um, in trig, because when we call the hypotenuse is R and the angle is theta. So this point right here can be described as x comma y or r comma theta. This is kind of like the what we call the polar coordinate overlays the rectangular coordinate. So they're the same thing, they're just represented differently. Okay, so each one of these points here is a radius and an angle. Here's the weird thing. I always start with the angle, then I graph the radius. And the signs of the radius matter. Okay? So let's start with 15 comma 4. So right now each one of these is split up by 15 degrees or pi 12s. Okay? So just like normal, so this would be 30 degrees or pi over 6, so on and so forth. Okay. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to the line of the angle. So my line is this one right here, and I'm facing 15 degrees. And then if the R value is positive, you're going to walk towards that in the direction you're facing. So I'm facing 15 degrees. Each one of these circles here represents a different radius. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. That's why they all arc around at a different diameter, okay, or a different radius. So I'm at 15 degrees. I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4. That's my point A. Okay, let's do B. So I'm going to go to 60 degrees, which I know is right here. This is 60 or pi thirds. Okay. So this time I'm facing 60. You don't have to draw the arrow. Okay, you don't have to draw the arrow. But I'm going to go to -3. So if I'm standing right here at the middle, which we call the pole, okay, and I'm saying that I'm going to go -3 radius, I'm not going to walk towards the direction I'm facing. I'm actually going to go away. I'm going to go the opposite direction. 1, 2, 3. Boom, right there. All right, let's do 105. So 90, 105. 105 is right here. Okay. So I am facing 105 this way, and my radius is 5, so I'm going to go the direction I'm facing, so towards 105. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's C. Okay, next, pi halves. Oh, that's straight up, okay? But I'm going to go -4, so do I go towards pi halves or towards 3 pi over 2? I'm going to go towards 3 pi over 2 because I'm going to be walking backwards from where I'm facing. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's D. Okay. Pi is this direction, but I'm going negative, so I'm actually going to go back towards 0. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, back towards 0. And then 225 is right here. 225. Okay, so I'm facing 225. And I have a positive radius. So I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and towards the direction I'm facing. Okay, so a couple of things to note. Points with a radius equal to 0. These are what we call points on the pole. The pole is where the radius is equal to 0. Okay. If the radius is negative, you walk backwards. Okay. All right. So we're going to give 4 equivalent polar points for point B. So let's see, B was equal to -3, 60 degrees. Remember, that's your R and your theta. So polars, you can describe a polar in many different ways and actually be at the same point. Okay. So for example, I'm going to erase all of this stuff on the grid. Never fear. You can rewind the video. Okay. So point B, 60 degrees, right here. Going backwards from 60. So 1, 2, 3. That's point B. Okay, so if I were facing this direction, what angle would that be? Well, that angle would be 180 plus 60, which gives me 240. Okay, so we're going to do this in degrees. So 240, and if I'm facing 240 and I want to get to point B, do I need to walk towards it or away from it? We got to walk towards it, so that's a +3. These are equivalent. Okay. Another way, let's say I go, I still want to be facing towards B, but I'm going to count my angle going this way. So that would be -120 degrees. Am I facing the direction I'm walking? Yes. So my radius is +3. Okay. What if my radius is, what if I still want my angle to be negative, but I want my radius to be negative? Well, I'm going to have to be facing away from the way I'm walking, and I'm going to make my angle go all the way around to here. So my angle would be -300, 360 minus 60. 360, -360 minus -60 gives you -300. And then I'm walking away, which is -3. Okay? So all of these points are equivalent to my original B point. We're actually going to end up on the same place, but they're described differently. I'm going to challenge you to get one more, and I'll do one more as well. So you try one. It might be different than mine. Okay. So any coterminal angle will give me a point that will land on B. So let's do, I'm going to go in the positive direction. So 60 plus another 360 is 420. I'm facing away from my point, so -3. You may have gotten a different one, and that's okay. All right, we're going to stop there.